I mean, we're officially live. The front bumper is on. We had some tech goblins. I had to shut down my computer, start it up again. It's a whole thing. My camera's crooked. This is just the life that I'm living at the moment, guys. This is how we're doing it. But we're going to drop off right into, actually, we'll do camera 2. We'll do a wide shot for you guys. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, and in 3, 2, 1, we are live. Hell yeah, people. Put your hands together for the one and only Honey Rod. Yeah! Ah! Thank you so much for doing this. Welcome to another chaos-filled episode of Local Sets ATX as we're dealing with all the tech goblins today. But we're here for you guys. Honey Rot, thank you so much for doing this. It's wonderful. I even forgot to turn the house speakers on, which are now on. It's the kind of night we've been having. Again, it's a mess in here. Thank you guys so much for doing this. Before we get into the first song, how many songs did you guys bring for us?
We're going to do 5 songs for you.
5 songs. Yeah. All right, I like that. And then you brought some bandmates with you. Do you want to do a quick intro?
For sure. On the bass, we have Mr. Ray Munoz on the Rickenbacker. And then I have Mr. Felix Cadena Chain on the drums. We've been Honey Rod for 3 years, going on 4 now. And yeah, thank you for having us. We're super excited, Reed.
Yeah, this is great, man. I'm looking forward to getting into your music. What would you classify your music as before we get into it so people know what they're doing?
I like to think of it as power pop. It's
power pop.
Yeah, it's very like catchy tunes with guitars on top, and sometimes, you know, it gets kind of loud and screamy. But for the most part, it's very hooky music, and that's how I like to think of it. We've been described as pop punk and also like emo punk,
okay.
I guess you could say. So
is that hence you have a lot of eyeliner on? Is that
It's kind of alluding to that. I know that it's probably obvious, but one of my favorite bands is My Chemical Romance, so that's one of my biggest influences.
Okay.
So it's kind of like taking my cam and putting it in the middle of Texas, and then Honey Rot was born.
Hell yeah, dude! I love it. All right, what's the first track called?
The first track we're gonna play is called Slow Burn Distant.
Okay.
And that one is off of our new EP that we just released this summer, entitled Agridulce.
Hell yeah. All right, I'll zip it over to you whenever you're ready.
doing nothing. You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing to save this love. No, you're doing nothing to save this love. You're doing nothing to save this love. You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're getting some. Is that the guitar? Thank you. Yeah, the bass. We had a little crunchiness in the bass. The first part of the song, something happened, and so I quickly jacked it down until it got fixed. So there might be a little crunchiness in the old record. Sorry about that. But I don't know what happened. But thank you for muting.
Tone bender.
It's
Tone bender happened.
Tone bender. Damn you, tone bender. Damn you. Dude, your music's a lot of fun, man.
Thank you.
I dig it. It reminds me of my high school days. I'm
yeah.
many moons older than you gentlemen, but it definitely reminds me of the angsty shit that I listened to when I was a kid, dude. I love it.
That's great to hear.
I love it, man. What was the genesis of Slow Burn? What brought that to birth in the world?
This was I had like a summer fling thing. That was, like, the whole EP is kind of like a summer, vibey EP. And that's the end. That's the last song in the EP. So it kind of goes like, oh, we're growing distant. So it kind of starts off where you meet a person and then you go through your thing and then it's like done.
Then it's done.
Yeah, it's just quick and it burned bright, but it was like super quick. And actually, it was the name, I guess, placeholder before that. It was actually called Short and Sweet.
Okay.
Then I brought it to the studio, and I remember telling Ray, and he's like, oh, like Sabrina Carpenter, and I was like, oh, I guess I got to change it now. So then we changed it to Slow Burn, and it was actually called Short and Sweet because the girl that I was talking to that summer was shorter than me. I'm pretty short, so she was way shorter than me, so I'm like, okay. And that was just kind of the thing. And then I feel when I was writing it, it starts off kind of slow, and then it kind of builds and builds and builds, so it's kind of like a slow burn in my opinion. And then in parentheses is distant, because that's the hook of it, or kind of like the word that repeats a lot. But we had been playing it before even thinking about recording it, and the reaction from the crowd has always been good, so we kind of just kept it and fleshed it out. Yeah. Yeah. So.
I dig it, man. That's great. Do you still talk to this person that you wrote the song about?
No. Every now and then we rub shoulders at the bar, but it's kind of like, oh, I need to get out of here now type thing. It was fun. It was really fun, and I had a lot of fun. It was great. If you're watching this and you know who you are, hi.
I was gonna say, does this person know who they are?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. But there's a couple of people that like the band but don't like me now, so it's kind of like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But that's good.
We'll get their address. We'll dox them. We'll show up later. Drink some beers first. Absolutely kidding. How did you guys meet? How did Ray and Felix get involved in this whole thing?
So I started off this project, I think it was during the pandemic when I really went in hard on it and started writing music. After the pandemic, I started playing shows by myself with my recorded backing tracks. So just me by my singing with my guitar and backing tracks on the supporting me. And then through another homie that was playing guitar with me, first I got a homie who played guitar with me. He introduced me to Felix. So then we had a drummer. Because before then I was drumming and singing, and then I had a homie on guitar. And then Felix just showed up literally a week before we had a show. I was like, yo, you want to do it? And then he's like, let's do it. And then he really literally just showed up to my door. And it was like the best thing ever. Ever since then we clicked. A lot of the music that we listen to kind of overlaps, especially like Banda, which is a Mexican rock band, very My Chemical Romance style.
Yeah.
And of course, literally. And then of course, not only that, but we also share a lot in common with norteño music. So I mean, growing up in Laredo, that was something that was playing every weekend at the carne asadas, at the parties, and that's how we connected. And then we were a two-piece for a while until we decided that we wanted to record our first record, which was a 5-song EP before it became like a 10-track, like full length. And we were looking for places to record it. We thought about recording it ourselves at my house because I have a little studio. But we heard that Ray had a studio in Zapata, and he reached out to me, and he's like, yo, because we're really active on Instagram, just posting every day. And he's like, yo, I dig the tunes. You should come check out the studio. And then his studio is in Zapata, Texas, which is 45 minutes from us. And then from there, we demoed one of our most popular songs, which is called Esmeralda. I went by myself. I demoed all the tracks, and then we kind of hit it off. He's also a huge My Cam fan, which is crazy because, you know, it's like kind of like destiny. I like to think of it like that. And then after that, he helped us. When we started recording the record at his studio, we would go after work. So we would go I would go to work from 5 to 10 and then close at 11. And then I would pick Felix up or he would pick me up. We would drive an hour. By the time we got to Zapata, it was like 12:30. And then we had to go to the corner store, to the gas station to get snacks for practice. And then we started like recording and like rehearsing at like 1:30 in the morning to 2, all the way till 6. And then he drove us back. He went to work in the morning. I got to chill out because I would just go to sleep. But we did that for a year, recording with Ray, and he was helping us. We didn't have a bass player at the time, so he laid down all the bass tracks for us. And then, you know, we would invite him to shows, and he would pull up, and we were a three-piece, and now we've been a three-piece for, I guess, 2 years now, I think. Maybe a little bit longer. Dude. But, yeah, everything just kind of happened, and it was nothing forced or anything. It kind of just happened organically, which I love. But, yeah, I think we might look very different, but I feel that the love for the music and the appreciation for it brings us together. Or not we look very different.
What on earth do you mean?
You got a vampire cowboy, a baseball player, and then just an indie bass player. So it's kind of like crazy combo. But
I dig it, dude.
It works, yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
That's a great story, man. I really dig how much hard work you guys put into this, and I think that should be like championed and rewarded. It's like sometimes you just don't have the ability to do things until it's like crazy weird hours of the morning.
Oh yeah.
And I remember the last film I did with my buddy Mike, and I can tell you my shooting schedule off air, and you guys are gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And it was very similar hours. You work all night, and you leave set at like 6 in the morning, and you'd go straight to work.
Yeah.
And that's like the stuff that doesn't make it to an album. It's like you just hear the music, and this is like one of the reasons I love doing the shows, because you don't get the behind the scenes story of the amount of hard work and like blood, sweat, and tears that people put into it. And it's like for you guys to write an album at like 1 in the morning consecutively for a year to get it is pretty fucking amazing, man. And that should be celebrated and championed. So that you guys rock, dude.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. I love that story. I absolutely love that story. Sometimes you just gotta grind and get it done, man.
There's no other way.
There's no other way sometimes, dude. There's just no other way to do it. My other question I was going to ask is where you guys are from. So you're from Laredo.
Yes, born and raised in Laredo. I'm from Laredo. Felix is from Laredo as well. And then Ray, like I said, he's from Zapata, which is 45 minutes out. Which also adds to it's complicated to play shows, you know, because we're all over the place. Felix travels a lot for work sometimes, so he'll be out of town somewhere, and he's like, you know what, we got a gig in San Antonio. Ray usually picks me up, then I drive us to San Antonio, and he'll meet us there, you know, wherever we're at, and I can't thank them enough for that, you know what I mean? It's been,
yeah, dude.
Sometimes it does get hectic, and we're always rushing around, but we're always there, which is crazy to me, you know. Sometimes, even when we don't live in the same city and we pull up to the show and we do our show at the end of the day when we're eating like In-N-Out or Whataburger, we're just like, yeah, dude, we just did that. Let's go home. You know, it's always stressful getting to the shows, but then doing them. But afterwards, it's just like the reward is just immense, and it's more so like personal. You know what I mean? It really doesn't matter. We're always appreciative if there's a crowd, if there's no crowd. But if at the end of the day, you know, we're all doing it for ourselves and because they believe in me. They were the first people that were like, yeah, dude, go for it, go for it, go for it. And there's a lot of songs and pieces that they don't know that probably wouldn't have come out if they weren't like, hey, that's a pretty cool riff, or like, hey, you should keep working on that, or this and that. So like, I'm getting chills just thinking about it because it's crazy. Like I wouldn't be here without these guys.
That's beautiful. Man.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what else I would have done if I didn't have like music. So it's really something that sometimes I get overwhelmed and it's easy to take it for granted. But looking back at these past 3 years, it's just been surreal, amazing. I mean, we're getting to do this with you today. So you know, if we hadn't decided that we were gonna finish the record and do that almost 3 years ago, then we wouldn't have been here. So it's always cool to see the kind of like what it's the reward, everything's just like, oh, my dreams are coming true in front of me, and that's crazy to me.
Dude, that's beautiful, man. And I was trying to flash it up here earlier, just very shy.
Yeah.
What's the name? Come on in, please come on in. We've got a guest. How are you guys? What's happening? Please come on in. We've got chairs here behind my giant head on screen.
Welcome.
What is the name of your album?
The name of the new EP is called Agridulce, which translates to bittersweet.
Okay.
Also playing along with the Honey Rot, our band name and stuff.
I have to ask you, what Honey Rot? I saw Honey Rot Cheerios.
Honey Rot Cheerios.
What is it?
So Honey Rot Cheerios is just our ad, but the band name is Honey Rot, and it's crazy. I never thought about it in terms of like, okay, this is gonna be me. It was just more so like, okay, I need a band name with 2 words and 3 syllables. Kind of like some of my favorite bands are like Tiger's Jaw, Title Fight. So I was like, okay, I'll go with that. So I was like, Honey Rot. So it's 2, right? My favorite My Chemical Romance song is Honey, This Mirror Isn't Big Enough for the Two of Us. So that's where the honey comes from. And then it's 8 letters because my other favorite band is Green Day. So and the same thing. It's 1 word, which is green. It's honey. It's 5 letters. And then rot. And day.
It's rot. It's definitely rot.
We just played a show. We just played a show, and they're like, "Oh, you're the guys from Honey Pot, right?" And it kind of just stuck with me. But yeah, and it's also 8 letters, so it fits in your knuckles in case you ever want to get a tattoo.
There you go. Yeah. there you go. I will keep that in mind
for
my wife when I come home with my Honey Rot tattoo and she smacks me.
And then going back to after the fact, it's kind of like, oh, like Honey Rot is pretty much me. Like I'm a very sweet person, and I try to be level-headed, but sometimes I got like a really nasty side, and it's hard to admit, but it is what it is, you know. And it's also like it's kind of like life. It's bittersweet. You never know what you're gonna get, but you go through it, and that's Honey Rot.
I love that, man. I love that. Thank you for sharing all that. I'm glad you guys met. Otherwise, this wouldn't have been happening. So it's the butterfly effect of life and how all this stuff like comes to transpire. It's very bizarre. What is song number 2 on the evening? What's the second track you brought for us?
This next song is called Siphon.
Okay.
It is off of our first album entitled Noches de Terror, Nights of Terror. And yeah, feel free to skank around.
Yeah, dude, done. Boom.
I still remember everything you said, like I'll never go away. You always told me you'll be fine, but I don't think it's true this time. 'Cause every night I feel so cold, whenever I feel so alone, that's when I think of you. I can feel your ghost. It hides around my room. I see your ghastly face. In every nook and cranny of the places that we frequent, a blood transfusion might help me forget. Why do I feel you underneath my skin, clawing at my insides? You're everything I like at night. You try to go to sleep, but you're still here. The one that's plaguing my mind. The only thing that I despise. Please let me, please let me, please let me go to sleep. Say that I keep on forgetting. You say that I keep on forgetting. That's not true. We both know I really did like you, but why pretend this is the end? You always told me it was here. I always felt it. Just wasn't prepared for us to end. Why do kind. Gracias, público conocedor.
Oh my goodness gracious, dude! Your music's fly. I dig it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of
Heck
fun. Your bass, I lost your bass at the back end of that in the mix in the record group, and it's very loud in the room. So I think we still have it on the actual recording that went out on YouTube. However, what is happening with your bass? Can we fix this real quick? Because I lost the signal completely. Can you give me a little bass drum? Yeah. It's like fluttering in the. It's like a bad connection maybe on your XLR or on the quarter inch, one of the two.
It's not me, it's the cable.
It's the XLR cable? You guys might have a bad XLR cable, which is very unfortunate, but I can fix that very quickly. I just have to get up from this seat to do it. But before we do that, what was the genesis of Siphon? Where was that from?
This song's about not being able to go to sleep. I'm a very anxious person, so this one was kind of just that one. The first album was really just kind of like my way of dealing with my big high school breakup.
Okay.
So it's a lot of the number 13 is engraved into it because it used to mean something completely different before, and now I wanted to make it something about Honey Rod. So it's got 13 tracks. There's a couple of there's a track literally entitled 13, and there's a 31, and we always try to do that just for myself. But yeah, Siphon it's about all that anxiety that doesn't let you sleep at night and just keeps you up. I tend to overthink things a lot,
Dude, welcome to adulthood, brother.
And I don't know, it's one of the faster songs that we play, so it's kind of like, whenever I get anxious, I just do things super quickly. And it's just to get the jitters out and stuff. And
Was there a particular thing that happened one night that gave birth to Siphon, where it was like the same thing in your head over and over? You're like, I got to get this out.
That one was I just had that riff forever, just kind of like jamming out, and it was before I was even thinking about doing Honey Rot. So when it came time to write Siphon, I kind of went through it. It was one of the songs that was difficult for me to put out because I always hesitated when putting the riff out because it was a little different and it wasn't kind of like the pop punk kind of style, but it always reminds me of this one time when I was like 10 or 11. One of the first times that I experienced, like, I guess, I don't know if it was an anxiety attack or what it was, but I woke up in the middle of the night, walked into the restroom, and all I could feel in my head were like, have you ever seen SpongeBob where they have the little meeps? All around the Krusty Krab. It felt like that in my head, like just a million little things like that jumping up and down. And it was more of the, like, that's just so you get a visual of how much it was, but it felt like it was like a whole bunch of toothpicks just jumping up and down in my head, and just like, yeah, and it was crazy. And since that day, I don't know, like I felt that getting that feeling or putting it into this song, because it was one of the things that kept me up at night, was kind of like a way to deal with it, and kind of understanding that, like, okay, like your head is like going through it right now, but it's gonna be okay at the end. So yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But there wasn't like one particular thing that led to it. It was just
no, not really. It was kind of like
many.
Kind of going back to that feeling, which sounds crazy. Going back to the feeling of feeling like overwhelmed and stuff. It was kind of where that riff started, and that's how it was.
Understood, sir.
Yeah.
Understood. Let's get your bandmates in here as well. Yeah. Ray, you're turned backwards, but you need to get closer to the microphone for this one. This is a very important question, Ray. I ask this to everybody. There are wrong answers. Okay, you ready? What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Chocolate.
You have to speak in the microphone.
Chocolate.
Oh no. You're trapped. Chocolate?
Yeah.
Just chocolate? Any type of chocolate?
Dutch chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah, to be
Fair enough.
exact.
Felix?
I'm cookies and cream.
Wait, you got to get into the mic, buddy. You got to speak in the mic.
Oh, I'm a cookies and cream type of guy.
Cookies and cream?
Yeah.
Awesome answer.
For
All
sure.
right. Big steaks, Jorge.
Butter
Pistachio,
pecan.
you gotta-
Butter pecan?
Yeah.
Really? I did not. Okay, I was thinking like a mint chip.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it. I'm a texture guy, so as long as it has little pieces of something,
Okay.
I'm good.
Butter pecan. I did not see that coming.
Wait, is it pecan or pecan?
I say pecan.
Pecan, right?
Yeah, yeah. Who says pecan?
I
Is
don't
that
know. I've heard it.
terrorists say
pecan
fucking
is-
pecan? That's
It's a can that you pee in.
Pecan praline.
Pecan.
Praline.
a pecan. Yeah, it's not pecan. It's pecan if you're in Guantanamo Bay. That's where.
Isn't it pecan pie?
A pecan pie?
Pecan pie? No
Pecan
way.
pie, that
No
doesn't
way.
sound like
We're finding
something-
out a lot about each other tonight, huh?
Oh man. I guess that. Now I'm like, what? Do I say pecan or pecan? No, it's pecan. I say pecan.
Pecan, right?
No, I say pecan. Yeah.
How do you say it, Chet?
Yeah, audience, how do you guys say it? Is it pecan? Is it pecan or pecan? It's pecan, right? Yeah. All right. I thought I was making sure. Tater tots or fries? Jorge.
Tater tots all the way.
Oh, okay.
Tater tots.
Yeah.
Tater tots.
Yeah.
Same thing, right?
I've never had a bad tater tot, but I've had a bad fry.
Okay, fair enough. I feel like you. Where's your favorite tater tot place?
Whataburger.
Oh,
Whataburger sells
Whataburger.
tater tots?
Whataburger?
Whataburger has
Actually?
tater tots?
Yeah, they do.
No way.
Wow, Ray knew that.
Five with the
All in the morning or what? Oh hell yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
I like them from Sonic. And there's a place back home called Sweet Loring. I used to work there. Shout out.
Sweet Lorraine
Sweet Loring.
or Sweet Loring?
Yeah, it's like a. I used to work there forever, but their tater tots are probably my top favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, chili cheese. Oof. Chipotle ranch on the side.
Another very important question for you guys. Jorge, over to you first. Describe yourself in 3 emojis. Guys, this is coming to you next.
Okay. Frog emoji.
Frog emoji?
Frog emoji. The peach.
The peach?
And
I did not see that coming.
and I think and the crying emoji.
Frog, peach, and crying emoji?
Uh-huh.
No vampire?
No vampire.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I figured that would have been it.
Just being honest.
Okay, fair
Just
enough.
being honest here.
Ray? Him next? Oh, Felix. Ray just bailed on you.
I would say the all-seeing eye,
The all-seeing eye.
um,
So you're in the Illuminati. Understood.
the cowboy hat,
Cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
From the guy wearing the baseball hat. That's
and the
it.
strong one.
The strong one. Okay, I get the strong. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I think that'd be
Ray, we're out of stalling. It's over to you now.
I would do the
Into the mic. Into the mic.
the laughing, crying emoji.
Okay.
The dolphin.
The dolphin?
I like them.
Okay. Okay.
A third one. The raindrop.
The raindrops.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. Fair enough. Rain, dolphin. All right. I was gonna say I didn't know how much you like the dolphins. Maybe just do 2 of them. It's just.
I think of like most like frequently used that I've used. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you use the dolphin emoji when you text people? Oh, okay. Okay.
That one I just like them.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I was like, how do you use a dolphin emoji in a conversation? I'm so curious.
when you're trying to be loud, you're just kind of like, hey, listen to me. You know, you send a dolphin. Could work.
Is that how you guys are doing it? All right. I'm learning so
Start
much.
using dolphins.
When
and all that.
Manura doesn't answer, we throw the dolphin.
There you go. I'm gonna up my emoji game, dude. It needs to happen. Jorge, what's the best advice you've ever been given?
Shout out to Mama Rot.
Okay.
Always be yourself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking great advice, man.
Yeah.
I love that.
I've been just growing up. It was always scary being, that emo kid in middle school, especially. But she was always the one to allow me to be myself. She was the first person to let me paint my nails and do my hair, stretch my ears. And growing up, she was always super supportive of the music stuff. Even before I got my parents got me my first drum set when I was 13. But even before then, like they would buy me all the Guitar Hero, and I would just play that. I went through 2 rock band, drum kits because I broke them to hell. It was awesome. And then ever since then, they were like, okay, I think he's kind of serious about the drums. So I turned 13 in 6th grade. I got my first actual drum set, and I also joined band playing the trumpet. So I always hated when people told me what to play. So I would kind of get away with it because I would still play whatever at house, and then I would just play whatever hot cross buns or whatever we had to play that day. But yeah, I think that if it weren't for my mom always supporting me and telling me to be myself, I would probably try to do things to fit in instead of doing things because I like them and because I believe in them.
Yeah, man.
And I remember very, very vividly, like, when I was going to go demo with Ray, I was super nervous because that was the first time that I was, all the demos before and all this stuff, Before then, I would do it in my laptop in a little 2-channel or mixer and stuff, and it was very, very minimal stuff. Once I went to the studio, we recorded like for real. But yeah, she was like, you know what, just be yourself and have fun, and that's why I believe that I'm here now, just because I stick to what I like to do, and with their support, like I'll just do whatever, you know, as long as I'm behaving and being good. They've got my back. So
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, so I think her telling me that. So shout out to Mama Rod, te quiero mucho.
Hell yeah, man. What's your mom's name?
Marta, but we call her Mama Rod.
Mama Rod. For the people at home, they probably, I don't know, they would. Yeah, who's Mama Rod? Who's
Yeah,
that? I knew what you meant, but I just wanted to. All right, Marta.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. Yeah, you have to be the best version of yourself.
There's no other way to do it.
That's it, man. If you try to fit in, you'll find yourself in a place of misery. You just
Yeah.
gotta like be you, and then that's the best. You be the best version of you, and everything else will fall into place.
Definitely.
If you try to be like everyone else, you're gonna be fucking miserable. What is song number 3 that you have? Tell us this, because I want to get that XLR cable. Tell us what song number 3 is, and then tee up a little pre-ramble, and that'll give me time to run and go grab a XLR
Sure
cable.
thing. The next song we're playing is gonna be Friday the 13th, and this song is off our debut album Noches de Terror. The intro to this song uses like tremolo and distortion pedals, which we just got our own very Honeyrod, like our own signature guitar pedal made by Dylan up in Minnesota from Leeward Sound. So huge shout out to him.
Shout out.
He made the Honeyrod pedal, which is a side tremolo and then a distortion, which fits perfectly into the intro to this song. And yeah, I never thought that this would happen. It's something crazy, kind of like a byproduct of it, but super, super awesome. And he was super attentive. He listened to our music extensively to kind of get the tones and a feel for how we could use this pedal to our advantage. So huge shout out to him. But yeah, this next song is called Friday the 13th.
Over to you whenever you're ready.
Start with the ritual. I'll light the candles and I'll say hasta el infinito. One last time for old time's sake. Then sign it with a kiss. Instead I seal your fate. Broken shards of mirrors, razor sharp on your soft skin. Just a small incision. One drop is all I need. For soon enough, your sleepless nights begin. Into your neck, I'll sink my teeth. Become the nightmare that'll on your dreams. You're because to think of me every Friday the 13th. That's a little better than Austin.
guys are a lot of fun. I like your music. We also have some people in the chat. What's up, Panic? I see you're back in there. Raising Cain. Panic's always in there saying, talking some shit. Also, Cesar Cobos. Nice for the drummer. I can't read that because my glasses don't let me, but thank you for the comment. Something about being nice for the drummer. But yeah, we got some people in the chat. Wanted to give them a shout out.
Yay. Hi,
Yeah.
Chad.
What's up, chat folks? What's up, chat folks? That's another fun song, man. What was it? What was the title of that? I meant to write it down, but I ran to the back to think of
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, buddy. Thank you. Did you write that song on Friday the 13th?
No, but it's always very special when we play it on Friday the 13th.
Hell
It's
yeah.
always fun. Even if it's a Tuesday the 13th, it's like, okay, it's this song, you know? It's really, really fun. Going again with the theme of the 13th and everything.
Oh wait, I forgot to turn your mic on. Say it again.
I was actually born on Friday the 13th, so whenever I found George and he was like, "Hey, I have this song called Friday the 13th," I was like, "Okay,
Dude.
I'm in the
for
right
you.
band."
Yeah.
There's something about that, man. You guys have kind of a serendipitous like meeting and like how you got together and how you
Yeah.
got your first album going. It's like there's something here, man.
Be spooky.
For
yeah,
sure.
dude, I dig it, man. I'm glad this is taking place. What's a recent small win that you're super proud of? You want to tell us about? Preferably into the microphone.
Oh, sorry. I think putting out our second EP, I think that was really, really cool.
Hell yeah, man.
Because we got to work with one of the producers that I looked up to as a kid growing up in high school. He made a lot of the records that I listened to. So working with him was kind of like a, holy shit, like, this is crazy. Like, he actually said yes, so like, we did it. And I think also, like, recently, a lot of the shows that we've been playing in San Antonio and here in Austin have been super, super special. So little things like that. I guess 2 weeks ago now, we were down in Harlingen, Texas, which is close to McAllen, down in the valley. And it was the first time that I heard a group of people kind of shouting the lyrics back at me. And it was just
Dude, that's cool.
amazing. I've seen, one or two in the crowd, but it was a small club. They were super close to us, and I could hear them. And it was just crazy. Like,
It's so dope.
I got super excited, and I threw my voice out at the end, so I started cracking everywhere. But I was just like, oh my God, like, if I don't do it right now and scream and sing with them, like, you never know when the next time is going to be. So I kind of just took it all in, and it was just a beautiful night. Sometimes the hardest nights, because being a traveling band, you have to travel to the show, and then one of the worst things that they can tell you is like, hey, we're going to push you back till the end. So, but people stuck around, and they were singing with us, and at the end of the night, none of that really matters. Of course, you're super tired on the drive back home, but you just, replay it over and over and over again, and you're like, dude, that just happened. Like, what the heck? Like 5 years ago when I was writing this in my bedroom, I never thought.
Dude, that's fucking cool.
People
man.
would actually like relate to it, and
That's
it goes
such a
back
great
to being
story.
myself. Just lay it out there, and if people like it and relate to it, cool. But if not, I'm also like really satisfied with it, and I know that they like it too. So
Yeah.
but I guess those three things lately have been just mind blowing. I'm not gonna put my guitar down and say it's done, but if I were to just not do it anymore, I'm very, very proud of what not only me but my friends and I have accomplished together. It's something beautiful, and like I said earlier, like, their support just means the world to me. I don't say it enough, but we don't say I love you as much as we should. But I know that sometimes we'll get down to the gas station and they'll buy my snacks for me. So that's like saying I love you, or if sometimes if it's a good gig and we sell a couple of shirts, I'm like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'll get you this burger, and that makes me really proud too. Taking care of the expenses on the road too. It's something that whenever I can do that with the music and stuff like that, that's just like, I know that I don't gotta tell them. I know that we just feel it, and it's really, really cool. And I can't thank them enough for allowing me to I don't know, just be myself really. But
Hell
they're
yeah,
always
dude.
pushing me, and I get in a funk. But this guy, like, he's taught me a lot about patience and just about being a good human being in general, not just through the music. And with Ray, we're always talking about music and stuff and things that I don't even realize, but I've learned so much from him from just being in the studio. And it's super cool. Like, the appreciation for music kind of just grows and grows and grows. It never just ends. You could say I love music, but the more you learn of it, the more you want to find out. And it's a beautiful thing that if you're a musician or if you're not, if you are, keep going. And if you're not, I really recommend that you pick up an instrument. It could be anything, the triangle for all I care. but just get moving, and it's to
Cowbell.
me it's like the cowbell, yeah, yeah, the cowbell too.
You can always use more cowbell.
You could always use more cowbell in the world. But yeah, those three things have just been like this year in general has just been, I think, the best one so far, and hopefully the next one and the one after that just gets better and better
Hell
and
yeah,
better.
man.
But yeah, little things like that kind of just add up and remind you to keep going, and it reminds you why you're doing it, really, because at the end of the day, when it's 4 in the morning and you're barely getting home, you know, barely enough sleep, you're just like, fuck yeah, like I did that. I got to wake up in 2 hours to go to work, but it's okay.
Yeah, dude. I love that story. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you guys are having success out there. I guess you're a lot of fun. You got great energy. It's like you're like a human smile.
Oh,
I fucking
thank
dig it, dude. Yeah, like, I want to see you. Like I want to see you out there, like crushing, man. Like we need more positive vibes in the world. I love the story of how hard you guys work together, and the fact that you're out there and trying to make it happen is great, dude. I hope people find you outside of your current situation and like start following your music. And the people watching at home, either live or after the fact, in the description, I put I think your Instagram in there, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
Heck yeah.
Do you have anything on Spotify?
Yes, yeah, both our first album and our
I think
EP
I
are
put
on
your
Spotify.
stuff on Spotify.
They should be available everywhere. And if y'all don't do like
Yeah,
the
I did.
Spotifys,
I
yeah.
did. It's on Spotify. If you look in
Awesome.
the description on the thing, you can go and find them easily on Spotify.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. What is something that you'll admit to that's an irrational fear? It's coming to you guys next.
An irrational fear.
Don't say spiders. That seems irrational. If you're like afraid of like a brown recluse or a black widow, that seems very rational.
How about just waking up one day and not having these guys, you know?
Oh, that's a sweet thing to say.
Or
For a band that doesn't tell each other that you love you, like you guys say it all the time, basically.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, or just like
Just say it. Just be like, I love you, dude. Just look at each other in the eyes. Be like, I love
we
you.
do.
Also, I love you
We
guys.
do
Thank
say it
you.
more than he thinks. I'll tell you that. But I would say just like just losing it, man. You know, we worked pretty hard to get to where we're at, and we still work hard every day, and we still put work. We did do the whole first year of like the whole recording overnight and all of that, but even till now, years later, we're still finding a way to adapt to this dream that we want, you know. And the only way we're gonna get it is by getting up and kicking ass every morning, you know. And sometimes we have time, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we have 15, 20 minutes to work. Sometimes, and we take as much as we can, man. We do as much as we can, and we don't take anything for granted, you know. I think a real fear of mine would actually just be like losing all of this, you know. We worked pretty hard for all of this, and I think I've never felt like a part of a family more than I feel with these guys, you know what I mean?
That's
These
beautiful.
guys are my brothers.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we like George says, we look very different, but we do a lot of talking through our instruments, and I think that the kind of power that I found with these guys, I've never felt with anybody else really, and everything just came together, man, like naturally. Nothing was ever forced. Nobody was told to leave, you know. Like everybody just kind of pulled up, and we just like stick with it, and it worked, you know. And even till now, it works, and we don't see the end of it pretty soon, you know. We still got a lot of things to accomplish as a group,
Yeah, man.
for sure.
Well, there's no finish line
There's
to
a lot.
anything.
There's
Like,
no finish line, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot. Like anyone that's like, oh, you've made
The
it.
finish
There's
line
no such
is
thing.
my grave.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, 100%. You just
Yeah.
keep going, you keep doing it, you find ways to improve.
Yes, sir.
Like small market improvements.
There's always room for improvement.
Yeah, but there's no-
always something to learn. You
Yeah,
know?
there's no
It's
like
always-
making it, man.
No.
You just gotta keep going. What about you, Ray? What can I get you in here? Would you have an irrational fear?
I would say like getting injured and not being able to like do what we do, like play shows and record and whatnot. you know.
Okay.
Use our hands for.
Yeah, a lot of the dude, yeah. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you want to go skateboarding or
I can't
something. You're like,
skateboard
no,
anymore."
I can't anymore. That's why I have a pedal board that's a skateboard because I can't skate.
Yeah. I can't play soccer anymore.
Now you hung it up. That's it. You need your
Yeah.
knees.
He used to be big into playing soccer, and he kind of had to put that aside to focus on the
I'll
drumming.
just show up in the studio with my legs cramping up mid-track, and I was just like, I can't do this.
I can't do
you
this
know?
anymore.
I have to pick.
Yeah.
And
Do you need more salt water? What is it? Or
For sure.
salt in your water?
More pickle
We'll
juice.
get him.
Yeah. There you go. You need more pickle juice. Everyone needs more pickle juice. What's your biggest, before we get to song number 4, what's your biggest creative challenge right now that you guys have?
I would say just
Right
kind of
now,
writing, kind of getting together.
Time, is that it?
Time. But yeah, I would say finding time to get together and actually working together, because a lot of the times I work on demos on my own whenever I have time, and then I bring it to them, and then it's kind of like, okay, most of the song is done, and then they just add their flavors. But I do want more of their creativity to be into the records, especially like the first one and the second one. It was mostly me just writing. But if I always think about it like if a one-headed monster, does all of this, imagine a three-headed monster. It could just be crazy.
Yeah, we've been meaning to actually sit down, the three of us, and start something from scratch, because everything is usually like an idea from somebody and then it gets Frankensteined. You know what I mean? We just kind of like put it on the table and start.
Do you ever just like sit and jam together and just let something come out of that?
We haven't, but we should. There's a couple of songs that we have.
There's a couple of jams probably on one of our phones.
But
that,
we should. We don't do it as much as we should.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be, for sure.
But we are. I mean, we've been meaning to like work on that. Find more time, find more space for us to be able to sit down and just forget about everything else for a little bit, because it's kind of hard to just put everything aside and just blank my mind and say, you know what, I'm gonna think about some drum parts today.
Yeah.
But
So-
I mean, we've been meaning to do it for sure, and there's more that we got cooking, for sure. This guy can tell you all day. He's got material for a long time, and it's just a matter of us being able to get together and finding the time and just going at it. I think we've pretty much shown that we got something going on. You know what I mean? We just gotta like keep it going.
Yeah.
You got to keep the train going steady,
Hell yeah.
Make sure it doesn't stop.
Hell yeah. If you could collaborate with any artist, living or dead, if you say dead, but also do living, because the dead guy can't collab with you and the internet is real, and it's like the person might see it and actually collaborate.
The John Lennon way?
Who would you collaborate with?
I would, I think I could collaborate with Ringo.
Okay.
Maybe a country song would be
Hell yeah.
nice.
A country song with Ringo?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Dude, we gotta get,
Billy Strings.
yeah, oh, dude, that would be amazing. We got to get this to Ringo. Someone cut this and get it to Ringo. Someone get it to Ringo.
Yeah,
He's got time on his hands. He can help.
for sure.
Hell yeah, man. What about you, Ray?
Living, I'd do Jeff Lynne. Dead, I'd do. Why not? Kurt Cobain, that'd be.
Kurt Cobain dead?
Yeah.
That's a
That'd be
good
hard
pick.
as fuck.
That'd be hard.
Might be hard.
When you put it like that, Kurt Cobain did. But yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Jorge?
I would like, I think a cool collaboration.
Wait louder. It sounds like a
Oh, sorry.
secret.
Oh, my bad.
It's a secret.
I would love to collaborate with Kuko. I think he's one of my favorite
Kuko.
artists.
I've heard this name before. Who is
Kuko.
this person?
He's I think he's based out of LA or California. He
write this
does
down.
like indie kind of like slowish electronic music. I
Okay.
don't know how to describe it, but yeah, he was also like another big influence in what I do and stuff like that. Just because he's also Mexican American, and it's always good or cool to see people that look like you doing it. So he's a
Yeah.
big inspiration. And actually, his ad is Kuko Puffs, which is kind of a thing towards mine. It's kind of like I kind of drew from that to make Honey Rock
Ah,
Cheerios.
yeah,
So it's kind
Cheerios,
of like
yeah.
into the cereal thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, probably Kuko. I think it'd be cool. It'd be a cool mashup of like having him sing like on a rock song. I don't think I've ever heard him. So I think it'd be cool. He does a lot of indie stuff. So
That'd be dope.
yeah,
Okay.
that'd be awesome.
All right. It's on the internet, so now it's permanent. You never know.
Manifesting.
You never know. It could find its way
Speak it
back to
into
these folks.
existence.
I would not be surprised. What is song number 4 on the evening?
This next track is called Esmeralda.
Esmeralda.
And it is off of our first album, Noches de Terror.
Esmeralda. our shoes on the dance floor turned into the deafening cacophony of beat dragging along the pavement, leaving behind no trace of what we had. Nights filled with agonizing pain have become routine around here. When I do see flashbacks, slip into better times to play over and over, taking me back into your arms, convincing me none of this was lost. Sunlight creeps in through the cracks in my coffin, my heart bursts into flame. The dream is over, you disintegrate, an empty coffin. You were never there. You were never there. Desde la última vez que te vi me dijiste que sí y ahora vivo las noches pensando en ti. Quizás cuando despierte todo estará bien, pero la verdad no sé qué creer. Las noches son más largas desde que no estás y me cuesta dormir, existir. Me da igual, tú ya no estás aquí y yo solo me quedo bailando, pero sin ti, sin ti. Wow, sin ti. Austin, Texas.
Dude, your music's a lot of fun, man.
Gracias.
Great way to start the song too, with your scream. That was
Thank
great.
you.
I dig it.
Heck yeah.
I dig it. What's your perfect day off, buddy? What do you do when you're not playing music?
My perfect day off would be waking up. I like waking up early, so I'm an early bird.
Okay.
Maybe like 7:30, 8. Go grab a cup of coffee.
I bet you meant like 5.
Dang.
I was
Okay,
like,
I guess.
okay.
I mean, that's early for me, I guess.
Alright, definitions
As opposed
of
to
early. are
noon.
different.
Yeah.
All right, so 7:30, grab a coffee.
Grab a cup of coffee. Preferably go for a walk at the park. If not, go straight home and then just jam out without any worries. And then I love, whenever I have an off day, I treat it as my, oh my God, you've been doing so well. Go eat like junk food. So I love going out to eat. It's like the first thing I do when I get my paycheck, I go out to eat. So maybe getting like a fat like double cheeseburger,
Okay.
a side of fried or tater tots. My bad.
Okay.
And
I was gonna say,
and
you said earlier,
Right?
tater
Yeah.
tots. So we're
bad, muy mal, honey.
Dude, you're a
Rod.
fraud.
No.
You're a fraud.
Check out Honey Fraud on this page. So yeah, and then just spending the day at home with the family. The older I get, the more I want to see them, and it's always cool. We got like I'm blessed and super lucky that every Sunday, a lot of my family comes over to our house, and we have like big potluck, and we make food and stuff. So
That's great,
just
man.
chilling with them, seeing my like little nieces, my nephews, my little cousins and stuff. It's always fun because they're always like, they check out my Instagram. They're like, oh my God, you were here, you were there, and I was like, yeah, dude. And they're like, oh my God, you're famous, and I'm like, nah, dude.
Not
No,
yet.
Yeah.
Not
but
yet.
it's fun. Always, hanging out with them because for the past 2, we've kind of like slowed down a bit. The shows are more spread apart, so it'll be like, more off time between shows. But like when we started, we were literally playing 2, even 3 shows a weekend every day, every week for like the whole year. So we stacked up shows like crazy.
That's the way to do it, though, man. You got to
yeah.
get out there.
And the weekends were like when my family goes over, so I couldn't see them. So now every time I have some off time or I can see them, even when I'm working and back at home, I try to see them as much as possible, or even just text them. Sometimes being the social media guy also, it's very taxing on like just being on the phone all day. And people are always like, oh my God, you haven't replied to me in like a day. Like I see you posting all the time, and it's like, well, that's my work. Like I treat it like that, and I go in there to just post and then get out of there. You know what I mean? Because if not, I would just get stuck in there.
Yeah.
But even with that, it takes a lot of my time. So I try to be as involved with my family whenever I have off time. But even then, like I love my solitude. I just love being in the living room with the TV off and stuff like that. But then as soon as my brothers get there, my mom, the TV's on, the radio's on, everybody's on their phone, nobody's even paying attention to it, and I'm just like, ugh. But I know that I'm gonna miss it when it's gone, so I'm just like, you know what? this is what it is. This is like my house is like full of life, which I love. But yeah, off days are for just recharging and being. I'm a bit of an introvert sometimes when I want to be. I don't know, whatever I'm feeling. So I love just chilling out. But even on my off days, I'm like, okay, today I'm just gonna watch a movie and do nothing. But then I'm like, oh my god, I should be working on a song, or I should be doing this, or I should be doing that. So I'm kind of always on.
That little gnawing voice
Yeah,
that
it's
you're
like, oh,
using your time
somebody
more
else is gonna
valuable.
make that reel before you, or you know, just whatever.
I get it, man.
It's always fun. So I fall victim to also having the TV on but being on my phone, but it's okay. I can do it.
If your stage presence were an animal, what animal would it be? Oh shit! I forgot to take your mic. Sorry.
I'm an octopus.
An
bro.
octopus?
Yeah.
A brilliant sea creature, also can live on the land. Okay, why octopus? I have to ask.
I've caught myself in moments where I'm just like, you know, I'm all over the place, and I'm
Okay.
just kind of like, okay,
Flailing
kind of
your
have like
arms.
my tentacles going everywhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Doc. But he always lands on one.
Yeah,
Always
yeah.
lands on one, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
for sure.
All right. Fair enough. Ray, do you have an animal? What would your stage presence animal be?
Like a panda. Like,
A panda?
Like low key. You know what I mean?
Just low key in the back with a stick of bamboo. Yeah.
Just,
Oh, yeah,
just
that makes
chewing
a lot
on
of
some
sense.
eucalyptus. There you go.
Dude, that's perfect.
His base is actually made out of bamboo.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Takes a bite.
Break it in half.
Jorge, what about yourself, man?
You think? Probably a frog. Goes back to the frog emoji.
What's with the frog?
I know, right?
Yeah,
It's
I gotta
crazy.
ask. What's with the frog emoji?
I literally met him. He gave me a frog.
He gave you a frog?
Yeah.
Like a live
No,
living
no,
frog?
no. Like
Okay.
Shout out
Like,
to Henry, our
he was
frog
like-
in the back home.
He was like, I want you to take this, and I was just like, okay,
Okay.
I'll take it.
All right, no
Yeah.
questions asked. You're like done.
I don't know. I just like frogs a lot. I find myself posting about them a lot. But the thing is with them is just even the frog emoji. I just think it's so silly. And every time I see it, maybe having like the shittiest day, I look at it and I'm like, oh my god, this thing is so silly. Like I love it, and it just brightens my day. Or whenever they have like those reels of like frogs just completely missing the mark of like getting a bug,
Yeah.
and then just fighting each other, dude. I love those things. Yeah, dude. And
Frog fight.
it's like on my Instagram, like instead of when you double tap like a message, instead of a heart, like it's set to be a frog. So I just stick with them,
Okay.
and it's like a whole thing. I don't know. I just love them. I love posting about them, and sometimes we have this idea to make a honey frog shirt. So
Okay.
it'll come out soon.
Do you have a frog?
I don't.
Would you
I don't-
ever
no,
would
no,
you
no.
ever own a frog?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like
You could get like a massive terrarium, and then you could have. I actually had a frog for a very
Really?
short period of time.
What was it?
His name was Ricky.
Ricky.
Yeah, he was great. He was a Cuban tree frog. I was a big fan of Desi Arnaz, so I figured Ricky Ricardo would be the thing.
Oh my God! No
He
way.
appeared. We were in Chicago,
Uh-huh.
and I woke up in the middle of the night I used the bathroom, and there was a little. I thought it was like a part of a chew toy from our dog. I was like, "What the hell is that?" And then I got closer, and it moved, and I was like, "Is that a frog in our house?" Dead of winter. It's November, and it's been snowing in Chicago, and all of a sudden I have a frog in my house, and so I was like, "How does this happen?" We had gotten a new tree plant, whatever, and they were burrowed in that, and so he popped out, and I kept him alive for several months, and then we got him out to a nature preserve, and we let him go.
That's awesome.
So he was
I
with
hope-
us for a very short period of time.
Well, I hope Ricky's doing well.
I hope he's doing well.
Maybe one day he'll get to listen to Honey Rock.
That's you got to put a Cuban tree frog on the shirt. That's in an homage to Ricky.
Oh heck yeah! Oh yeah. But I wouldn't have one just because I'm never home.
Okay,
I
fair
get
enough,
scared of
yeah.
that stuff. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of irrational fears and like commitment.
Okay.
Yeah.
there you- Full circle. 3 songs later, we got to it. No, all good, man.
It's a callback.
I do ask this question also to every artist. We only have one song left on the evening here. What are you hoping to get out of coming on a show like this? If you could put it out into the world for it to come back to you, what are you hoping to get out of this?
I hope that this inspires kids to just keep doing what they're doing. It doesn't have to be music or anything. Like if you're thinking about taking the leap and just doing whatever you're passionate about, a project or whatever, whether it be professional, whether it be just on the side, just do it. It's one of the most rewarding things you can do. And I hope people that look like me, it reaches them and that they que entiendan que sí se puede. You know what I mean? We're here, and it's really cool to see it come, full circle, and now getting the projection. I think it's something beautiful that sometimes gets lost and gets really muted, for lack of a better word, by our old values and especially in our Mexican American community. But just being yourself and really chasing your dreams is the best thing that I hope people can get out of this. Like, you can do it. Tú puedes hacerlo. Just do it. And don't take no for an answer. If a door closes, open a window. No pasa nada. But yeah.
That's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful message. I love that message. Hell yeah. And then if someone were to become a fan of your music today, what's a great song for them to start with?
This one we're about to play.
The one you're about to play
Yeah,
right now?
this next song we're about to play.
Hell yeah, that's a great transition. What is the next song you're about to play?
This next song is called Lasso.
Lasso.
And it was actually inspired by one of my friends who is from Austin, or
Okay.
who I met here in Austin.
You wrote it about me. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
It was actually about Ricky.
It's about Ricky the Frog.
Ricky. I miss Ricky. He was a sweetheart.
This
But
one's
yeah,
for
we
Ricky.
met at a show, and she kind of inspired this song. We're still good friends, and it's crazy because I think she's moving to Chicago now, so it's kind of like full circle.
There you go.
Crazy stuff. But yeah, this next song is called Lasso, and the way I like to describe it is it's just about when your crush doesn't text you back. And you're just punching the air, but they're like beautiful and perfect, and you're like, oh, you know what, maybe a double text will do this time. Oh, maybe a triple text. Maybe they didn't see it or they were asleep. I don't know. I'm a delusional frog.
No, dude. It's the tough part of dating. I've been there plenty of times.
But yeah, this next song is called Lasso y Puro 956 K.
I started watching Twin Peaks and drinking coffee, 'cause I know you like that. Then if we have something in common, we could probably talk all day. But that seems far-fetched when you haven't even read my text. I am at 7:30. I haven't heard from this girl yet. No mames. Well, the clock just struck midnight, and I'm yet to hear even a peep from you. Is it because I listen to the bands you think aren't cool, like Green Day, or am I overthinking? Man, I'm bad at shit like this. You probably just been busy, or maybe you're asleep. I'd wait on eternity. Haven't been waiting for you. On a car, plane, a helicopter, a lasso, the moon. I don't need to be rude. Oftentimes I dream of you. I hope you call me back. We can hang out soon. I'd wait on eternity. Haven't been waiting for you. You want a car, a plane, a helicopter, I'll lasso you the moon. I don't need to be rude. Oftentimes I dream of you. I hope you call me back. We can hang out soon, real soon. I hope you call me back and we can hang out
way to bring it down. Holy smokes, that was a hell of an ending. Thank you guys so much for doing this, man.
Thank you.
Really
for
appreciate
the
it. Dude.
invitation.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You guys fucking rock. I can't wait to see what the world has for you, man. You guys are a lot of fun. You got great energy. Like I said, like you're just positive vibes all the way around, man. I hope something breaks for you in a huge way. Hell yeah. Thank you. And then before we're out of here, do you have any other shows coming up? Where can people come see you?
Our next show is down in Laredo, Texas, where we're from, October 30th at Jardín Contreras. So check us out. But we're already working on November, so hopefully we'll be around South Texas. We're usually around South Texas, so yeah, just follow us on Instagram at Honey Rot Cheerios, and yeah, keep up with us there. We're also on TikTok and Facebook, Feet Finder. Now just
all the things. List them all. Anyway.
Yeah, I saw your eyes like brighten up. I was like, oh, really?
He's got it all. Guys, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you, lovely audience, for giving us your Sunday evening. Thank you so much for watching at home live or after the fact. Be sure to check us out for another episode of Local Sets ATX. We will see you on the internet. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Hell yeah, we did it. Dude, this is great, guys. Thank you for doing this. All right, we're out of here in 3, 2, 1.